Let's talk about anger and chronic pain or illness. We've known for decades that when anger is pushed down, when we resist those feelings, when we don't want to feel them and we suppress them, it can trigger chronic pain or illness and perpetuate it forward. Back to Dr. John Sarno, who talked about anger or rage being one of the main emotions triggering chronic symptoms. We've got Dr. Schubiner in his approach. He talks a lot about anger, learning to embody anger, be with it, and release it and move through it. And so it's really vital to understand that anger and chronic symptoms are very linked. And so to heal, we don't need to get rid of our anger or never feel anger again. What we need to do is get exposure to feeling anger, experiencing it in the body, embodying it, and also creating safety with it, which is eventually going to help you move through it. I'm making this video because earlier this week, actually last weekend, I was feeling a high level of anger. I was feeling frustrated about some work things. I was feeling, frustrated. I didn't have enough free time in my weekends. And as a result, I started to feel anger. And what was my response? My response was to push it down. And I do this for a living, people. I teach this on YouTube. I do it all day with clients, 5 days a week. And even then, I didn't notice at first that I was resisting feeling angry. I was like, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel this like anger, tension, heat in my body. I didn't like it. And so I tried to push it down and not feel it. And then I started to feel anxious as a result. Now, luckily, I turned it around after about 20 minutes of going into this, and I started to experience my anger. And so if you have chronic pain, chronic illness, learning to explore, release, feel your anger, express it even to others. That's a whole other video of like expressing our anger appropriately. But if you have chronic symptoms, we need to learn to do this. Now we need to learn to do this about past trauma that we've been through, because anger, or what's often called like this fight response in your nervous system, where we feel agitated, we feel angry, we feel frustrated, racing heart, tense chest. When we have this type of response, we need to learn to actually feel it about past trauma, but also throughout your day. Anger is a normal emotion. I want to normalize this for everyone. You're never going to go through a whole day without feeling some anger at some point. Or maybe you will, but it's pretty rare. Like, we're meant to feel anger as human beings. And the point of this video is I'm going to go through a somatic practice to help you feel and experience your anger. So, to begin, I just want to say at first, when you're first feeling anger, we want to keep it in what I call the healing window. The healing window, within this window, it's uncomfortable. We don't like it. Whether we're talking about emotions, dysregulation, pain, or physical symptoms, within the window, we can tolerate sitting with the sensations. So for this video, you want to probably start with mild to moderate anger level, because if it becomes too much, we almost can't tolerate it and we just disconnect. And we're never going to actually process anger because we're not even connected to it in the body anymore. We're somewhere else. This is why people like ranting or raging isn't necessarily helping them process their anger. So keep it in the window during this video. So to begin, just get comfortable. You can close your eyes, lower your gaze. And at first, what we're going to do is we're going to activate some anger. We're going to activate this emotion. So what I want you to do is start to visualize a mild to moderate event from the past or something that you're currently going through that evokes feelings of anger. So just spend a moment bringing it to mind, visualizing it. Just really allow to put your senses back there. Sight, sounds, smells. Just really allow yourself to be in this visualization for a moment. And now we're going to pause the visualization, and I want you to practice dropping into your body. So keep your breathing nice and slow, but we're just dropping in. So just scan your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and notice if sensations of anger are starting to present inside. Perhaps you notice your heart rate rising. Maybe your chest is constricted. Perhaps you feel a lot of heat or even some shakiness inside. Or maybe your limbs are tense and tight. Your hands want to become fists. And just allow this to take place. We're just being curious and interested of how anger presents within, breathing slow with it, noticing all the subtleties of anger inside. And really practice approaching it a little bit more. As long as it's not too intense, we're just approaching it a little bit more. If it gets too intense at any point during this meditation, just shift back to focusing on your breathing or something that feels more neutral inside. But if you can tolerate it right now, it's almost like with each exhale, let yourself drop in a little bit closer to the sensations of anger. Dropping in a little bit closer, inching your way towards it. Just breathing through any resistance. We're practicing getting exposure and teaching our brain that we can feel anger, that we can approach it, expose ourselves to it, and that it's safe. All these sensations, all these, sensations of anger or rage that you're feeling, you're meant to feel them as a human being. And I don't know what you visualized, but I promise you, other human beings would feel just as angry as you feel right now after visualizing that event or that past scene. And this is normal. And by doing this, by approaching anger, by reminding ourselves we're safe to be with it, we can overcome our chronic pain and illness. So just practice dropping into your body, reminding your nervous system you're safe to feel this and you can handle this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do some very slight somatic movement. This is a safety signal. It helps you embody anger. It helps you be with it, create safety with it. And so we're shifting to noticing this somatic movement. And so what I want you all to do is first just check in with your body You don't have to get up or anything, but check in with your body and notice as you're feeling this anger, does your body have an urge to move a certain way or do anything? And you don't need to do it, but just notice if there's an urge to move or do something as you're feeling anger. Now, what I want you all to do is with your hands, as you inhale, tighten your hands, make them into fists. And as you exhale, slowly release them, letting it go, letting the anger go. Inhale, tightening your hands. And exhale, slowly release. Keep this going at your own rate. Feeling the sensations in your hands as they tighten and release. And noticing what the anger does as you do this. Just seeing if anything changes, if anything feels different. We'll do one more. And exhale, slowly bring your arms down, relaxing them. Just notice how you feel. If feelings of release or relief have taken place, or any pleasant sensations in your body, give yourself permission to really lean into that right now, to really savor it. Be with anything that feels pleasant or nice within. Because although we want to feel the anger, get exposure to it, we also want to create safety. So I want you all to shift to any area of your body right now that feels pleasant or neutral. And just really allow yourself to explore this area. You can even practice breathing warm air into this pleasant or neutral sensation. And as you exhale, just allowing it to expand nicely and naturally. And at the end of this practice, all I want you to practice doing is shifting in a nice rhythm back and forth between focusing on the area that feels pleasant or neutral inside, and then shifting to focus on the sensations of anger, anything that's left with them. And just at whatever rate you want, just shift your focus back and forth between these two areas. We're just teaching your brain that both these areas, that all these sensations, pleasant or unpleasant, are all safe to be with, that we can be with them within, that they're all important for us to attend to and embody. Just take one more deep breath in and out. Just giving yourself a message of appreciation and compassion and care for going through this practice, for taking this time to take one more step forward in your healing. Then we'll bring this practice to an end. So I hope this video was helpful. Please put your questions or comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.